States of matter. Have you ever heard that phrase, states of matter? Well, even if you don't know if you've ever heard it, I know you know stuff about it because I know you've heard of things that are solid, things that might be a liquid, or even something that might be a gas. Those are ways that matter can show up. It could show up either in a solid, liquid, or a gas. But let's talk. What is matter? Well, matter is everything around you. Matter is anything that takes up space, and matter is anything that can be weighed. So basically, matter is everywhere. It's anything that takes up space. So just go ahead and look around your house. What do you see? You see your sink. Your sink is matter. You see your brother. Your brother is matter. What else do you see? Your toys. Your toys are matter. You see, if you go into the fridge, you see milk. Milk is matter. There are things that you can't see that take up space. Air. You can't see air, but air does take up space. If I have my balloon and it's flat, right? Pretend like I've got a balloon here and it's flat. But if I blow up my balloon gets bigger because I put air in it. And did it take up space? It did. It took up the space. Air is matter. So matter is anything that takes up space and can be weighed. That's everything around you. So everything around you is matter. The air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, they're all matter. But they're all different kinds of matter. So the air you breathe is a gas and it floats around you. Gas is a form of matter. The water you drink is a liquid. It flows down your throat. It pours. Liquids are a matter. The plate you hold your food on, it's a solid. It takes up space. It can be weighed, but you cannot, it doesn't bend or turn or anything. It's solid. A solid is a matter. Solids, liquids, and gases are all the forms of matter. So, matter is anything that takes up space and anything that can be weighed. And matter can be a solid, like your plate, a liquid, like your water, or a gas, like the air. Some things can easily change states, like water. Think about water. If we put water in the freezer, it's a solid, right? You take out that ice cube, can it change its shape, the solid, while it's frozen, the ice cube? No, it can't change its shape. It's solid. If you pour your water, it changes its shape. It can be poured. It's a liquid. If mommy puts water in a pot, she turns on her stove, and all of a sudden steam comes up at the top. That's that water evaporating. That steam is gas. And gas is just that steam is just that water in a form of gas. So water can be in all three states. It can be in a solid, the ice cube, or frozen. A liquid, your water that comes right out of your water fountain or your water bottle, or a gas. When mommy boils water and you see that steam, there's your gas. It becomes a vapor. So solids have shapes. A book is the shape of the book, right? The ball has a shape. And look at the picture. You're going to play with this on your Nearpod. Look how close those little particles are. It's so closely packed, those little particles, that that book or the ball or anything is made out of my phone. I can't bend it. It doesn't change its shape. It's a solid. All the molecules are packed super tight. They can't move on its own, like the block in the blanket. It could be light like a rock or a feather. It could be hot like a pizza or an icicle. The molecules are super close together, but a liquid does not have any shape. They take the shape of the container. So if I pour water in a bowl, it's the shape of the bowl. If I pour it in a pot, it's the shape of the pot. If I pour it in a cup, it's the shape of the cup. Liquids, all that those particles, they're far apart, so it can be poured. They're not tightly packed like a solid. The particles of a liquid are held loose together loosely. They move and they slide. And when you pour water into a container, it's not like a solid. Liquids are soft and they're not hard, but they can be hot, like a chocolate milk, like a hot cup of chocolate. It can be cold, like a lemonade. Gas particles are not held together. Their particles are so far apart, like that steam coming out of that pot, right? It was all far apart. They weren't tightly packed. Gases can be light or heavy. There's gas inside the balloon because the air we breathe is a gas. Gases can be hot or cold when you're inside or outside on the rainy day. The air is gas. All right, so we're going to stop right there. So on this Nearpod, this is your Nearpod for the next few days. Sorry, I had to move that down. Your Nearpod for the next few days. You are going to get a chance to see water in a different state. You're going to go on a little field trip to Russia, and you're going to get to see the water, and you're going to talk about, you're going to ask you a question about that water, and what state of matter do you think that water's in? Then you're going to have a vocabulary, you're going to listen to a song, and then you're going to have a little kind of like a virtual thing that you could click, and you can click on solid and you can see how the particles are close together. You can click on a liquid and you'll see how the particles are loose, and you click on a gas and you'll see that the particles go far apart. So for the next few days, I want you just to go ahead, and today and tomorrow, I'll have a new video up for you on Wednesday. Go ahead and just explore learning a little bit about states of matter: solids, liquids, and gas.